Transportation is important no matter where you live, and over time it's been the reason that places like Ohio developed. We started with Zane's Trace in 1796, barely a trail through the wilderness. The National Road came in the 1830s and crossed the middle of the state. It was the first paved road. The railroad era began in the 1850s for Ohio. You could go Columbus to Cleveland, Columbus to Cincinnati. But there was a very interesting period, too, that began very late in the 19th century, and that was the interurban era. Interurban, between cities, is what it means. The interurbans were electric. They had overhead wires. They carried people. The problem was that the steam railroads would serve people adequately, but they didn't serve all the little towns. There were places along the railroad routes where the trains never stopped. So the interurbans helped fill that gap. They also carried freight. They would carry milk from farmers to dairies. They would provide mail service. There was even one line that served Granville that delivered the afternoon newspaper to houses along the route. So the interurban era was an interesting one. It didn't last very long, roughly the late 19th century to about the 1930s when it was pretty well over. So it was the advent of the automobile, and particularly hard paved roads, really in the World War I era when that got started, that led to the demise of the interurbans. We're fortunate to have a film from the early 1930s, before the interurbans went out of business in 1933, that shows a ride from Marion to Columbus. The Columbus, Delaware and Marion dated from 1901, when it began construction in Columbus, was finished in 1903. It was abandoned in the fall of 1933. It was one of several that served Columbus. There were 10 different routes that served the city. This is a shot in Marion of the terminal. It had freight service. You see how they advertised to the various important cities. They provided electric power as well to communities along the route. And what we're looking at here, the film jumps around. Those doors are on the car barns in Delaware, where they used to store the cars when they weren't in use. Now I think we're back at Marion, leaving Marion, going down the street, and most of these ran in the streets of the cities they served, but once they got into the country, they were cross-country. They didn't go along the highways. They paralleled them, but they didn't go along the highways. US 23 is what the Columbus, Delaware, and Marion followed, east of the highway. And you can still see some remains, including the abutments for a bridge over waterways south of Delaware in the vicinity of the Stratford area. So we're moving southbound here along the river, views from the front and the back of the car into Delaware. This is downtown Delaware, down on Sandusky Street. Meeting another car. The Columbus, Delaware, and Marion had a regular passenger service in terms of a car with probably 30 or 40, 50 people could ride in it, but they also had 2 parlor cars, numbers 501 and 502. Parlor cars was where you paid a little bit extra and you got a plush seat that you could move around. Sometimes they would have what they called buffet service. This again is the Delaware car barn. And one of those cars still exists at the Ohio Railway Museum in Worthington. Car number 501 is the wooden parlor car still in existence. In fact, the Railway Museum in Worthington, it has a track there where you can ride a train on what was the original right-of-way of the Columbus, Delaware, and Marion along the east side of Worthington, crosses Route 161. If you travel 161 going into or out of Worthington, you'll see the sign that says Ohio Railway Museum. So we're getting down toward Columbus. This is one of the big bridges north of Columbus with a car crossing it. The thing about the interurbans was it took some engineering for valleys like this to get across these valleys, but they could also go up and down hills the steam railroads couldn't, so they didn't have to change the countryside that much. AIU, the reference to this building, of course, is today known as the Levesque Tower. And of course we have the State House. All the main features in downtown Columbus. The terminal in Columbus was at State and 3rd Streets, the interurban station. And it closed in 1938. You see one of the Columbus, Delaware, and Marion cars. Their color scheme was red and white. And you can see the banding, the lower part red and the white up above. And that's the interurban terminal that was at 3rd and Rich Streets. No longer there. It's been replaced by new construction of a residential building. This is another view of that big bridge. This time you're in a car going northbound, headed back to Marion. South of Delaware, headed northbound toward Marion. Quite an adventure riding a bridge like this. Stratford was the location of that bridge. Here's another one coming into the southern end of Delaware, crossing the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad, CSX now. The interurbans tended to go over or under the intervening steam railroads rather than crossing them at grade. That was usually what the steam railroads would not allow. They'd require the interurbans to avoid their routes entirely. Here it's meeting a southbound train on the Chesapeake and Ohio in the steam days. You could see how fast these interurbans could go. Some of them could go 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. There was a line called the Cincinnati and Lake Erie that ran west out of Columbus down to Dayton and Cincinnati, and they got well over 90 miles an hour. It's been an interesting ride, and having films like this is so valuable, more than just still photos, because you get a feel for what the times were like, the old cars, the buildings before they got altered, that sort of thing. We're really fortunate to have films like this when we can find them, and if by any chance you should run across movies like this, I would love to hear from you, and so would WOSU. These are valuable documents of times that are gone and won't be back again.